Greetings and welcome to another Loop Hero tutorial, and this one is for farming orbs of expansion. These are these very precious items that are only given when you defeat at least 5 enemies in a square. Now, to get this, you have to do a little bit of finagling because most of the time you have only 4 enemies collecting in each tile. So you have to get them in a little bit of a sneakier way. Now, there are a couple ways you can do this. The easiest way is to make spider cocoons outputting to a single square. As you see on this side, I have created villages so the spiders cannot go there, and so they are forced to go into a swamp. Now, why do I choose a swamp? Because they have mosquitoes there, which if you kill them or if they run out of charges, they will just obliterate the entire party, taking a lot of pressure off of your character or your team, as the case may be, as I am playing a necromancer right now, and I have skeletons to kill stuff. What I have here is I have a blood grove. Those can either be connected by regular groves or just by forests or thicket on the outside. I also have a battlefield, which it gives a chance for any of these 4 enemies to be turned into a ghost, which counts as the 5th enemy. I also have a temporal beacon, and this is very, very, very useful for having that 5th character already there. Now, you can do this with vampire houses. However, note that putting a vampire house anywhere around this area will make all of the creatures that are living have vampiric abilities, meaning that they will actually gain health, and they're very difficult to defeat. Now, another thing that I have done here, I have just like stacked this whole thing, right? At our campfire, I have created, well, in the city building screen, I've created 4 watchtowers, and I've upgraded them to level 2, which means they can look out to 2 squares beyond the campfire. I made a little mistake by adding this extra. I thought it was 2 squares in distance, like this way, but it's not. It's 2 walking tiles. So I have 2 on the back side because the character is going to move in an anti-clockwise fashion here. And I have 2 after the campfire. And this is basically so you can start farming this from loop 1 or 2 even, depending on if you get the right cards. So again, let's go over what we have here. We've got the Blood Grove, which takes away enemies that are below 15% of their health. We have the Battlefield, which can turn the enemies into ghosts. We have Spider Cocoons, which spawns enemies very quickly onto swamp tiles, which actually I should put a Spider Cocoon over here so we can spawn some there. It won't make it for this loop, I don't think, but for the next one for sure. Mosquitoes and make sure you're on chapter 2 or 3. Mosquitoes on chapter 1 don't actually do their explodey thing. And I apologize for my cat's high chattiness. She wants me to toss her string for her. Wants to play a bit. And then, of course, we have the Temporal Beacon, which adds the Time Lord. And that's kind of handy because he does give, or has a chance to give, those special, I think they're called time shards, which, they build into a larger orb as well. So we have many things. And again, if you have a tight space and want your spiders to go only on one tile, then you need to just remove access to the other tile by building a village. So anyway, let's see how this goes. We're going to go into the first battle here. We have many enemies, so we can't really pause unless I kind of mouse over an item. We have the Time Lord. We have all of the other stuff. There is a slight weirdness with the Time Lord. He has this thing. Where is it? Flees if there are no targets for its ability. So if you kill the other stuff first, well, we don't really have much control over that. Then we have some issues. All right, so let's go to the next one. Things got killed. I don't know if I got... No, I don't think I got a new one. There we go. Oh, yeah, please don't stand on my microphone doing that. It's not convenient. But anyway, the more enemies you have in an encounter, the better your chance for getting one of those fancy orbs. And we'll go ahead and just do another circle here. And hopefully we will be getting an orb. And these guys, our archers, are killing stuff for us as well. So as you can see, this is a pretty handy way. We didn't get any of those orbs, sadly, but that's the way I have been farming them. And it seems to work fairly well. Again, it's a lot of RNG. I just wanted to play until I finished, and I didn't get quite the build I wanted to, and I ended up dying on one of those, on the tile that wasn't covered by the archers. But as you can see, I got several of these orbs. I got a total of 8. There's 7 over here and 1 over here. And unfortunately, I forgot that I already used my 1 death from the Ancestral Crypt. Lastly, if you want an overview of the cards I used, here they are. Obviously, a few are optional like the Treasury, but this is a good card set for farming this orb. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons and supporters. You mean the world to me. Or the loop to me? Or the village! You are the village that nurtures and supports me. Thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.